On the dividend news, guys, we finally got Nike's dividend raise. So Nike raised its dividend by 8.8%, marking 22 consecutive years of dividend increases. The other one that did raise a dividend was Agilent Technologies, which hiked its dividend by 4.9%. And the last one, guys, was Brown-Forman Corporation, which hiked its dividend by 6%. This marks the 40th consecutive year of dividend increases. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here to bring you episode 213 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what we bought, what we sold, what dividends came in, what options we had to manage and trade. And in this video, we actually will be, or I guess this past week, we hit a huge milestone. We hit one of our goals for 2023 that we achieved. So we'll be marking those off. But anyways, you guys already know every single Sunday, guys, we come back, we have these scripts available for free. All I ask in return is that you're subscribed with that notification and you drop a big thumbs up on my videos. Definitely appreciate it. But anyways, our projection here for our monthly dividend income and passive income is to reach, or I guess it was to reach $325. We hit that very early on, so we went ahead and aimed for $375. But guys, we're on our way to 600. We'll see how far we end by the end of the year. We still have about a month and a half left, so we're going to continue pushing forward, continue to get that dividend snowball to continue to compound. But right now we're projected to make about $544.60 every single month, guys, in passive income. Have to do absolutely nothing. All I have to do is go to sleep, do whatever, do hobbies, and my portfolio is generating around that amount. We'll eventually get to the point where we're able to live off of this, so very, very cool to see. But guys, if you look here on the annual dividends, we are actually at $3,239.67. This is for the past, all the way till October, so we still have November's and December's dividend income to be added to this. But if we look, guys, we've already surpassed 2022's full 12 years. I mean, not 12 years, 12 months. And you guys can kind of see the staircase going up and up. I can't wait to see what 5, 10, 20 years from now, what this portfolio is going to be generating. Honestly, in the quarterly dividends, you guys can kind of see this much better. Q1 2019, we were making $100 in 3 months. We are making now, in the past quarter of Q3, we are making $1,031 in 3 months. How cool is that? But you can see the staircase continue to get bigger and bigger over time, and that's because we stay consistent. We continue to dollar cost average into the portfolio. We continue dripping those dividends that come in. We are actually trying to trade some options and try to collect that premium as crumbs and reinvest it to buy more shares of these great companies. And I think in the long term, it's going to show off, and we're going to see that great, return. But if we look at the options premium here, guys, you'll see that right now we're about November, we're in the negative $397.96. That's okay, because we are moving upwards in strike prices for some of these companies. Rate of return here 1.53%, which is okay. Definitely would not achieve this if we didn't have options. So that's a great return for me. If we do look at the goals, guys, which is one of the ones that we did achieve, let's go ahead and start off. So 2023 goals, first one is to reach 20,000 subscribers. We're on our way. I don't know if we'll achieve this one within the next month and a half, but again, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing with that notification. Help me reach that 20,000 subscriber mark. Definitely would appreciate it as well. Go ahead and drop a big thumbs up, goes a long way. And then goal number 2 was to reach $325 per month. We already achieved this, guys. We're on our way to $375. We're actually making over $500 now. So the goal number 3, guys, this is the one we achieved. This was to invest $118,000 invested of my own money. So as you guys can see here, total invested now from this past week, the amount I deposited into the portfolio, that means that I have invested $118,001.84 of my own money into the portfolio. Everything else is capital appreciation, dividends, capital gains that we took, and That's very cool because the portfolio is over $200,000, and you know, that shows what this past what I started investing back in 2019, or I guess January of 2019, so about 4 years or so. What this does to you, we are creating generational wealth, and you know, eventually a couple years from now I could potentially have the opportunity to live off of this and retire. My future self will thank me, which is a great thing to see. Goal number 4, guys, is to dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio. I had to actually deposit $300 because of goal number 5, which is to add an additional $100 of my own money into a stock that is going ex dividend date. So I typically buy $100 worth of a company that is going ex dividend date. I buy it you know, maybe a day before, or you know, a couple days before that, and that way we can get that meet that ex dividend date and collect that couple little crumbs, and that hopefully drips and buys a little bit more, and those little crumbs do compound over time. And then, guys, goal number 6 is to reach about $400 per month selling options. You know, we'll see. I don't know if we'll achieve this one. And then goal number 7 is to reach 1,000 shares of SCHD. We have a plan. We were executing on it. Unfortunately, we didn't get assigned, but that is okay, because I actually would prefer to not get assigned on the options world for SCHD, because we are making a lot of money from just selling you know, cash secured puts and collecting that premium, because I'm using that premium to buy more SCHD. It's definitely a little bit slower process, but I think the return overall is a lot higher than if I was to just buy 300 shares of SCHD at the current moment. But let's go ahead and mark this, guys. So we went ahead and achieved this goal, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually mark it as complete, and there we are. Woohoo! But anyways, here, guys, if I show you the dividend payout, this is another script I do have, guys. All these scripts all are available for free. I do not charge anything. You know, I just want you guys to support the channel. And if we look here, Starbucks will be paying us out on the 24th of November. Then we'll get Visa will start off in December, very, very strong, because they did actually increase their dividends. So pretty cool to see, as well Starbucks. So I can't wait to see what that happens. We'll kick off the script later in the video to see if any other companies in my portfolio announce dividends that are coming up. And if we look at the options here, so far for the year, we're at $1,808.94 that have been reinvested almost into the portfolio and collecting extra money so that we can buy more shares of these great companies. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, guys, so as you guys can see, the portfolio is at $215,290.11. Right now on the day change, we're up by $277.81, which is about a 0.13% in the green. 2-year change is now $27,179.87, which is about a 14.45% in the green, which is great to see, guys. We're going to continue to see this portfolio compound and get larger and larger over time. If we look at the positions, you guys can see that we are up in the green in capital appreciation by about 20.44% in the green, which is roughly about $36,467.47. Again, our cost basis is $178,000, but I actually only have $118,000. Well, I guess $118,001 invested in the portfolio. Everything else has been over time, taking you know, capital appreciation, getting assigned on some of my contracts, and you know, having to pay some taxes. But that is a huge performance return that we have had in the past 4 years or so. And you guys can see that it's roughly $215,000, which I'm very, very excited, and you know, I'm happy for it, because that is almost doubling my money that I have invested. If we do look at the positions here, I do have roughly over 200 shares of Apple. I do have 2 covered calls that I am in the money. We are actually managing them. I do have 2 covered calls that will be expiring next week on the 24th, that at a strike price of 157. So we'll have to roll these up next week. We'll see what happens. Apple's trading around 190-ish or so. And then we do have Altria, which I have over 100 shares, but our cost base is a little bit lower, so I don't really want to be selling a covered call with under my cost basis. And then we do have JP Morgan, which it has actually started moving upwards, or kind of slightly in the money on the covered call. I had to roll it out till about December 1st, and strike price of 152 and 50 cents. And then we have a couple other companies that will eventually get to 100 shares. And then we have, guys, SCHD, 728 shares of SCHD, and we're going to continue to accumulate these. I actually bought more this week, which is great to see. A lot of my cash secured puts I had on SCHD did expire worthless, so that's great to see as well, because Monday I will be placing some more cash secured puts to hopefully, we get assigned of these shares. If not, we get to keep the premium. I guess both ways we get to keep the premium either way, but collect that premium as well while we have it. We have SNSXX, which I have about $50,000 invested in it. We're collecting about a 5% return on these 50K, and while we continue to sell naked puts, collecting premium plus the 5% return is a great return there, guys. I am loving this. So we're going to hopefully not get assigned shares, and we're going to keep collecting. That's such a great return there. And if we look at the performance, you'll see that we're up in the green by $15,391.56. And we're going to continue to see this get bigger and bigger over time. Of course, if we have a recession, I'm going to be buying the dip and buying it for the long term. And then right here, a 7.69% in the green. And then if we look on the investment income, guys, $6,737.12 is what we're projected to make in the next 12 months, averaging about $561.43. If we look December, we're projected to make roughly $952.05. January, $406.59, and then February, $326.16. So we'll see if that's close enough. If we look at the history here, I do have it to start filtering out from the 12th of November all the way to the 18th. If we scroll to the very bottom, we can kind of see what we did. So of course, we had a covered call from JP Morgan from the previous week that did expire worthless. We did do a sell to open on JP Morgan on the 13th of November. I sold a covered call at a 150 strike price that expired on the 17th of November. Of course, for some reason, JP Morgan did move upwards quite a bit this past week, but we collected about $10.34 after fees. I also did a sell to open, so I sold a cash secured put on Microsoft for strike price of $347.50. That also was a weekly that expired on the 17th. They paid me about $20.34 after fees. And then, guys, on the 14th, Microsoft was going ex-dividend date, so I bought $100 worth of it. Same thing for Apple. I missed it last week, so I went ahead and bought $100 worth of it. And then on the 15th as well, we went ahead and deposited $300, $100 for Microsoft, $100 for Apple, and $100 $2 cost average into the portfolio, no matter what's going on in the market. On the 15th, we did actually have to roll the JP Morgan covered call, so I ended up doing a buy to close. So I bought back my 150 strike price that expired on the 17th. I paid about $94.66, but then I did a sell to open, so I sold it at $152.50. So I moved up about $2.50 and then moved out further in time till December 1st of 2023. They paid me about $110.34 to do that, so I made roughly about $15-ish or so there. And then, guys, on the 15th as well, SNSXX paid me out a massive cash dividend of $39.14 plus $92.02. Completely passive. It's almost a 5% return over the year, and we're doing this while we also sell cash secured puts, technically naked puts, but try to sell them where we don't get assigned the shares. So it's just a beautiful thing that I love, and hopefully I'm going to be taking advantage of this every couple months until interest rates start going downwards. And then if we look on the 16th here, we did end up, collecting the dividend from Apple of $52.72. And then we got on the 17th, Costco dividend of $25.60. And then I ended up buying 4 shares of SCHD. $284.73 is what I spent at about $71 strike price. So what I ended up doing is I ended up using the money from SNSXX, cash dividend to purchase SCHD plus the $100 worth of that dollar cost average. So that's kind of where most of my money went there. And then guys, on the 17th, the drip from Apple happened, which I bought back about 0.27 shares at about $189, and that was at $52.72 there. Let's go ahead and see how much we actually collected in passive income this week. So I do have this button, it's called Calculate Dividends. It adds up all the dividends in the account or on the page. So let's go ahead and see. Guys, we made $209.48 in completely passive income this past week. We had to do nothing for this, which is great to see. And yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up this video, guys, by going to the Google Sheets. All right, guys, so we're at the dashboard on the Google Sheets. I already have a copy of this over here, so we can kind of see the difference on how much we grew it this past week. Because remember, we did get the drips from some of the companies, plus we also bought some SCHD, and that's gonna hopefully increase this over the long term. Again, on the options, we actually for November negative $397.96. Options return, we're at 1.53%, which is still good. I think anything over 0% I'm happy with, but this past week we made $46.36 in premium from options, and of course total we're at $1,808.94. And then if we look at the dividend payout here, we can actually kick it off. So we're at 41. We'll see if any companies pop up. So portfolio tools, get latest dividends. We'll see if this works. I know 2 weeks ago or so it was hanging for a bit, so we'll give it a second. It looks like it is going to be working, so we'll see if a company, looks like nothing actually popped up because I only have about 12 positions in my portfolio, but of course if you have other companies they would pop up for you. If we go to settings here, we'll go ahead and get rid of this old copy. Now we can jump over to Empower, guys, so we can grab the latest version or snapshot of our portfolio that contains all the purchases from this past week. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're at Empower on my Schwab account. If you see this green button, it's called Copy Holdings. Click on it. This copies the content of my portfolio into the clipboard, which then we can jump back over, right click, paste special values only, and then we are good to go. If we jump over here to holdings, this is actually a snapshot from last week. Once we go over here to portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped and it'll parse out the stuff we just pasted. Of course, again, I do have tutorials for all this stuff, so go ahead and click update portfolio holdings. Give it a second or two, there it goes. We can jump back over here to the dashboard, see everything being populated. And if we look on the dividend yield, guys, 3.04% compared to 3.08 from last week. I believe it's because the portfolio did go up in value. On the yield on cost, we're at 3.67% compared to 3.68%. On the yearly, we're projected to make $6,547.21, and then on the monthly for $545.60. So we went up about $1 here, and then on the week, we're making $125.91 every single week now. On the day, we're making $17.94. So we went up about 4 pennies a day now. On the hourly, we're still making 75 cents every single hour. And then on the hourly work wage, this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $3.15 compared to $3.14 from last week. I guess they got a 1 penny raise, which is great to see. We're going to eventually get this to minimum wage. That'll be a huge milestone once we achieve it. But this is actually all I have for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe with that notification. Help me reach that 20,000 subscriber mark. Definitely would appreciate it. And if you stuck all the way to the very end, go ahead and drop a hashtag SCHD, because guys, we are completely trying to accumulate a lot of shares of SCHD. In the long term, this will pay off, I believe. And of course, I'm dripping it into my other companies as well. But the consistency is to stay disciplined, continue to dollar cost average, and that snowball is only going to get bigger and bigger over time as long as you pick great companies, great solid companies. And the only thing that you're going to see is that it's going to keep you motivated. If we look actually at the quarterly dividends, you'll see your income continue to get larger and larger, which is very, very awesome. But anyways, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.